This video and others like it are funded by viewers like you. Thanks for your support. Another American was captured in Medellin for exploitation against minors. He was found in the La Floresta penthouse. Follow along.
Hey, you watching, man? Right now, you're watching DC Born Rob on YouTube.
Okay, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever it is you're located. Thanks for watching. You're watching DC Born Rob Erasing Borders. I'm DC Rob. This story will be slightly sanitized. It makes me sick to even have to read some of these things. But this story needs to be put out because some of you guys need to know why the mayor is coming after foreigners, or should I say some foreigners, and going after the Airbnbs. But let's jump into this story. It is the second capture of an American in less than 2 days. The authorities also announced more measures to clarify crimes against tourists and counteract child exploitation. The Aburrá Valley Metropolitan Police managed to capture this Friday in the La Floresta neighborhood a 40-year-old American citizen accused of exploitation of minors. In the raid, which took place in a penthouse and had the support of the United States Homeland Security Investigations Office, the suspect was found with a 16-year-old girl. It was established through the investigation that this person had entered the country 9 times and had resided in Medellin since 2021. He contacted his victims through social networks, and some were referred to by other minors, to whom he had paid between 250,000 and 300,000 pesos for encounters. On some occasions, he gave them gifts, like cell. According to the investigations, the victims would be minors aged 15, 16, and 17, who upon entering the foreigner's house received drugs and left them in a state of defenselessness. After the operation, in which narcotics, 2 mobile phones, and a computer were also seized, several of the victims were protected by the NGO Libertas International. This is the second capture in less than 2 days. Last Thursday, inside an apartment in the central area of Bejo, the Directorate of Protection and Special Services of the National Police captured an American citizen whom they accused of committing abuse against 6 minors. The foreigner, 48 years old and known by the alias El Químico, was found in flagrant delicto inside the house with a group of women, mostly minors, so they proceeded to capture him. According to the investigation, this American had 65 migratory movements in and out of Colombia and would contact his victims through social networks and messaging applications, offering money in exchange for them having relations with him. Once the minors arrived at the agreed place, he forced them to consume psychoactive substances such as methamphetamines and 2CB that he himself manufactured in this place, with the purpose of getting them to agree to commit all types of abuses such as orgies and other pretensions of S-type, indicated Colonel Juan Pablo Cubides Salazar, director of DPRO. We want more tourists to come, but to come to add value to tourism that generates value. We will never tolerate people coming to cases of exploitation of children and adolescents, said the mayor of Medellin, Federico Gutiérrez. For his part, the spokesman for the United States Embassy, James Dewey, highlighted the importance of having sustainable and safe tourism in Medellin. We want to remind American citizens, if you are listening to this message, that you can register with us at the U.S. Embassy, and if anything happens or you are the victim of a crime, you can report it to local officials and also with the embassy to follow up, said the diplomat. Regarding deaths of foreigners, during the presentation of both captures, the public force, the local government, the prosecutor's office, and the United States Embassy presented a plan that seeks to address the recent wave of deaths of foreign tourists in Medellin, many of them at the hands of criminal networks that have taken over dating applications to commit crimes. In the midst of the tourism explosion that has been going through the city in recent years, the strategy not only seeks to improve the security of the city's visitors, but also to give more tools to state agencies to clarify crimes and combat exploitation. The city has experienced a very significant increase in tourism. We're talking about 1.5 million tourists who visit the city year after year, 50% foreigners, 38% American citizens, highlighted Mayor Gutierrez. pointing out that the agreed plan includes measures on several fronts. To reinforce the security of foreigners, Gutierrez reported this Friday that the 911 line was able to facilitate communication between foreign visitors and the authorities in cases of emergency. From this line, any tourists will be redirected to the 123 emergency line, but will be attended to by bilingual operators who will be trained to coordinate responses to critical situations in a more fluid way. Likewise, as a complementary measure, the mayor pointed out that in the alliance with the representatives of the most widely used dating applications in the city, it was decided to generate alert messages so that users are aware of the risks they run when contacting strangers online through these platforms, but also learn about practices to protect yourself. From the interface of these applications, the option to directly dial the new 911 emergency line will also be enabled. On the other hand, according to Gutierrez, the platforms also express their willingness to add their capabilities so that both the police and the prosecutor's office advance more quickly in investigations of crimes against foreigners. Also, with the platforms, there will be a collaboration with the police and the prosecutor's office to quickly investigate facts that lead us to determine that there are people who could be using the platforms to harm other people who are looking for company or a date, added the mayor. Of the 11 people who have lost their lives this year, 3 are due to self-inflicted, which we regret. Approximately 5 due to natural causes, and there are still 3 cases to be established where there are no signs of physical violence. But until there is a forensic report, we will not comment on it, added the president. In addition to these protection measures, Gutierrez insisted that institutional capabilities will also be increased to pursue and identify foreigners who are arriving in Medellin to participate in crimes such as exploitation of minors. In addition to this blow, this week the prosecutor's office had also reported the arrest of 2 of the main suspects in the loss of a Colombian-American citizen during a fight in a house in Las Palmas, who were sent to prison by a judge while they resolved his judicial situation. So I'm all for the mayor going after these sickos. I would suggest that you don't look at it like he's coming after you and all tourists, because I see in the comments some of you guys kick back like maybe they don't want foreigners or whatever else. I mean, you have to look at it like this guy was mayor before, and this city was not like this pre-COVID. It was not. It was not this bad, meaning it wasn't this many tourists going down for that. Parque Lleras was actually beautiful. It's still beautiful, but there weren't all these ladies of the night walking around. I mean, there were real groups of girls down there, real legit Colombianas, paisas. And now it's an open-air brothel. It's as simple as that. You can call it what you want. It's a beautiful open-air brothel. The weather is good, and I mean, you guys are going down to party, but you got to realize what they're up against. And I'm all for, I say, hell, don't let any foreigners in the country, if that would wipe out exploitation of children. And if you don't appreciate that, then you're watching the wrong channel. And you definitely don't have kids. And you definitely haven't been around kids. Maybe you weren't even a kid, because how can you condone what some of these sickos are doing? Remember, the people who come behind you are looked at as if they were you. So if you act badly, the people that come behind you, they think the same way. Now look at all these stories, and you're not aware of all these stories that go on. Trust me, I see them. These I'm reading, but sometimes it's just, there were a couple it made me just want to vomit. I couldn't read it. And by the time I sanitized it all, you wouldn't recognize the story. So just rest assured that there are some sickos going down there, and they're not just going after Airbnbs. They're going after the Airbnbs that allow this to go on. In other words, they're not doing their due diligence. They're not doing the research. You know, I have a good record. I have over 100 stays at different Airbnbs all around the world. And I work to keep my record good, thinking I'll be able to get any Airbnb I want because I have a good rapport with prior hosts. They've written good things about me. I've written good things about them. So remember, you're rated just as you rate them. And some of these people may know that you have messed up in another Airbnb and still allowed you to stay there. And that's what I think the mayor is going after. So I'm all for his push to the support of kids and exploitation and cutting this out as best he can. He's not going to get rid of it. I mean, you got sickos everywhere. You got sickos that are there, that are Colombian, that are doing this too, obviously. Because somebody was going to make that stupid comment that, well, why don't they worry about the people there? He's worrying about foreigners right now, and that's what this story is about. Trust me, if you don't respect life, number one, and if you don't respect the sanctity of children, then this is the wrong channel for you. Please go to another channel. Definitely don't comment, because I've proven in the past 2 weeks, I will remove you from this channel so that you cannot at least comment with that sicko mindset. So if you are one of these people, justice is coming. Rest assured, and I'll do all I can to assist him with that. And on the side note, please share the video, the minute video that I did about this guy that's on the run in Canada. If you don't share my video, create your own. Share it on your own channel. If you need pictures, you need video, I'll make sure you get it. That's my goal right now with this channel, is to catch this cat. By the way, for everybody who doubted that don't look like him. I don't think that's him. I've had 3 people that went to school. This guy was a coach, a wrestling coach in Canada. People reach out to me and say, that's him. That's him on the train. And they remember him, and he got caught up in some stuff. Possibly they can't. Trust me, I've been given names of people that stuff that he's gotten caught up with younger females and was really angry and mean towards kids. So remember, this guy just punched somebody who's 6'2" or 6'5", however tall the guy is I just interviewed. This guy's a straight up nut. Do me a favor and help me get this guy. I mean, we have to put some effort. Please if you are in Canada, contact the police there. If you happen to see this guy, be on the lookout for him. There are enough pictures and videos that I've put out already. And I will continue to do this weekly until this guy is brought to justice. And second note on that, remember my last video, they put out the wrong color Interpol circular. The guy they caught yesterday they caught a guy from Venezuela for this exploitation, and they caught him on a red Interpol circular, not a blue. Blue just means, okay, gather some information. Hey, what's your name? Hey, okay, we'll log that you ran into him. That's not going to catch this guy. Somehow we need to influence the government in Colombia to put out a red Interpol notice, or whoever puts the color system out, they need to put out a red alert, which means to detain and arrest. Get this guy. That's how they just caught the guy in Colombia, because of that Interpol, that red Interpol, and other governmental agencies coming after him. But anyway, again, you don't respect life, you don't respect women, you don't respect kids, this is not the channel for you, okay? I want you guys to travel. I want you guys to travel safe. I want you guys to go down there and have fun, but do it legitimately, man. Don't break the law, because they're coming for you. Anyway, you've been up to date with this latest sicko story, which makes me sick to even have to read. But anyway, remember to travel, but travel safe.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
On behalf of the flight crew, thank you for flying with us, and have a pleasant day.
Okay, hold on, guys. Right quick. If you need to have things shipped to Colombia, shipped to someone else, or shipped to yourself to Colombia from the United States, make sure you reach out to CaribbeanShipper.com. CaribbeanShipper.com. The contact information is coming next. Join me on social media. I am DC Born Rob Official on Instagram. I am DC Born Rob Official 1 on TikTok. I am DC Born Rob O on Twitter. Don't be like this guy right here.
You're just so stupid. I had to send you a video to let you know you're so stupid.
That's right. Don't be like this guy right here. Join me on social media. Headed to Medellin, Colombia? See my guy Andres with Nomad Travel for safe airport pickups and drop-offs and tours. Contact information in the description below.
Thanks for hitting like. You did the right thing by hitting like. Thanks for hitting like. DC Born Rob.